Welcome to week 3 of Radical Trust, God's Track Record, Lenten Reflections presented by the Office of Ignatian Spirituality. My name is Teresa Ford, and this is the reflection for the third Sunday of Lent, entitled Conversion Through Trust. This week, we look at how, through our trust in God, we can be transformed into individuals who are used by God to love the world. I often marvel at the transformative power of trusting God. St. Ignatius' transformation from worldly ambition to a life of service began with the trust in Jesus that he could be of use for God's glory. Holy Scripture is overflowing with examples of men and women transformed by an encounter of trust in the Lord. By trusting God, Moses went from a murderer on the run to the liberator of his people. Joseph went from a victim of human trafficking by his brothers to a statesman who saved his family from starvation. Shiphrah and Puah were ordinary midwives who became saviors to an unknown number of Hebrew boys meant to be murdered by decree of the Pharaoh. Trusting in God, the Blessed Mother went from being a simple teenage village girl to the Mother of God. Today's gospel is one more of these examples. Jesus, tired and thirsty, meets a Samaritan woman with a highly questionable past at a well. Jesus starts a conversation with her, which was unheard of in those days. He already knows her scandalous story, but he listens attentively and loves her. He loves her in spite of her brokenness. In a moment in time, she goes from suspicious, displaced non-member of her people to believing and trusting. She trusts this stranger who knows her through and through and does not condemn her. This unnamed woman becomes free from all doubt to trust this gentle and patient man when he tells her the miracle of who he is. She goes from being a scandalous outsider in her community to an evangelist who brings her people to the Messiah. This is the transformative power of trusting God. When we trust God, we welcome God into our hearts, our minds, and our lives to heal what is broken. Just as Jesus used the Samaritan woman to open the door for even more people to experience and respond to God's love, God can use us. God can use us to love the hard-to-love people in our lives. People we would rather avoid, but who need Jesus as much as we do. Trusting in God gives us the capacity to love well every day, to recognize the failings of our brothers and sisters, and to love them anyway. We become capable of loving each other into wholeness. Our belief in the transformative power of an encounter with Jesus makes it possible for us to follow his command to love our enemies. As you continue to think about this week's theme of conversion through trust, we invite you to reflect on these questions. In what ways have you been transformed by trusting God? Who are the hard-to-love people in your life that God has called you to love? Thank you for joining us for this week's reflection. We hope that it has prompted you to look at all the ways your trust in God has transformed you in love and thus the world. This reflection was written and recorded by me, to raise the forward, and produced by the Office of Ignatian Spirituality. Please join us next week for Freedom from Fear. To continue learning more about Ignatian spirituality, visit us online at ignatian.info.